Hello, everybody, and happy October. This is Heather Anderson, creator of Nonverbal Autism Homeschool, and I have a wonderful educational monthly mini packet for you this month. We have a math activity and a phonics activity. Those are always included in our mini packet, and the skill we work on in each is either a kindergarten or a first grade skill in our program. We also have a fun seasonal floor game. We're going to practice our life skills with a spider crackers recipe, also very seasonal. And in learning through art, we're making leaf mosaics. All right, so let's go through it, and I want to give you a couple of teaching tips. All right, first of all, let's start with this math activity. We have counters and addition problems. Here's what I want you to do. First of all, you don't have to laminate them. I just don't like paper cuts. But I want you to cut all of this apart. All right, so let's do that. So let's pick a problem. Let's start with an easy one and get started. The reason I want you to cut these apart is it's best for your student if they only have one problem on the table, desk, floor, sofa, wherever you're working, they only need the one problem to look at. Now, let's get our counters out. If your student is not yet ready for addition, they're still working on counting, you can do this for them and let them watch and practice the counting part. All right, so we're going to tell our student we're doing addition, and so we have to count these two numbers together. So first we have the number 1, so let's get one counter. Of course, my student would have to turn it this way. All right, one counter plus 2. Let's get 2 counters, 2 leaves. 1, 2. All right, so 1 plus 2 equals how many leaves altogether? 1, 2, 3. So our answer is 3. So let's write the answer. All right, we've done one. Let's try another one. And again, this would be one that the parent does and the student watches, even if watching means doing laps around the table or not completely engaging in the way that we think engaging should be. All right, so 2 plus 4. All right, I'm going to count out 2. Watch. 1 leaf and 2 leaves. All right, plus 4. Now we have to count out 4 leaves. So we have 1, 2, 3. Did I start this too far up? And 4. 2, 1, 2 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals how many leaves altogether? How many total? Let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Now we've done 2 of them. Now with this third problem, this would be a good opportunity to invite our student to participate. So, if they're still in the room, introduce 4 plus 4. All right, we're going to add 4 counters, 4 leaves plus 4 more. So 4. Can you count out 4? No, all right, I'll do it. And you can put them over there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now you move them over there, right? This is a good compromise. Some of our kids can't count very well because they can't stop the motor, and they would need to count all of them out, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't understand counting. All right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4 more. Let's get 4 more. All right, here, let me count it out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you move them over there. Sorry, I always make sound effects with my students. Psst, psst. All right, 4 plus 4 equals how many altogether? How many in total? Let's count them. Now this is how I would have my student start counting along with me. I always do the counting, but at some point I stop saying it out loud. All right, what number did you get? And then I do like a choice. Did you get 6 or did you get 8? And my student has been taught to touch a correct hand, or you could also do on a whiteboard, write a 6 or an 8 and have the student point to the answer, and then keep writing the answer for them. All right, and let's look at another way to back off a little bit and invite your student to do some of the work. One way you can help a student who is a completer, one who can't stop counting for motor or OCD reasons, one way you can help them is to put out the correct number of counters to help them get going, right? So I would kind of casually throw the correct number down here, and then I would ask my student, okay, count out 5, move 5 counters above the 5. So then as he moves them, I would be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, we're gonna move that down. All right, great. And then this next number is 4. All right, count out 4. And then he's putting them over here and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now all together, 5 plus 4 is how many all together? I'll point and you count. Alrighty. What did you get? Did you get this many or did you get this many? My student has a difficult time remembering what numbers look like. So he might know the answer, but forget how to make a 9. So I'll put this here and he can either point at the answer, but sometimes that's all he needs to write the correct answer on the sheet. All right. So lots of ways to work with your student before they're able to count these out easily. Lots of ways to work with them if they can't speak, if they are hesitant to participate. Lots of work that you can do just to get them going and give them plenty of time to learn. So that is our October monthly mini packet math addition activity. This month in our phonics exercise, we're working on beginning consonant sounds. This is the very first foundational reading skill that we teach our students. The idea that letters mean something. They're not just symbols that you line up in a row. They mean a sound. So with these flashcards, you can begin to teach your student or brush up on your beginning consonant sounds. Here's how you do it. First of all, go through every single flashcard and make sure your student knows what the word is and what the beginning consonant sound is. So one by one, fall. F makes the f sound, fall, and these are some fall leaves. Boots, boots. B makes the b sound, boots, boots. Rake, R makes the r sound, rake, rake. And there's a rake. All right, so go through all of the flashcards. Then, to play a little game with your student, put 2 down to begin, only 2. And we're going to use errorless learning, all right? So we have these 2 flashcards, and you're going to ask your student which word makes the sound. And because it's errorless learning, give them the answer the very first time. Which makes the sound? Is it mask or is it jacket? J is not mask is So, yeah, mask, the letter M makes the sound. All right, let's try another one. All right, which word makes the J sound? J. Is it socks or is it jacket? It's jacket. J makes the J sound. All right, let's try another one. Me silly. I love to be silly. All right. Which word makes the K sound? What makes the K sound? Is it kettle or is it socks? Kettle. It's kettle. K makes the K sound. All right, so play with your student that way. Eventually you can back off and not always show them the answer. Eventually you can give them a field of 3 if you'd like. All right, so those are your beginning consonant sounds flashcards. Next up, we have this super, super cute floor game where we're going to play Find the Candy under the trick-or-treater. We might need to turn it over so they can't see through it. All right, so how we play this is I would begin with only 3. All right, let's not overwhelm our student yet with all of these. Once they get the hang of who these characters are and what their different colors and costumes and characteristics are, you can do all of them. But I would start with 3 and tell your student that you are going to hide the candy under one of these trick-or-treaters, and then when they come back in the room, you're going to give them clues, and they're going to figure out from the clues how to turn it over and find the candy. And maybe you have some real candy to give to them if they find the candy, or you can, I like to chase. We do a lot of chasing around here. All right, so off you go, student, and let's put the candy under this one. All right, bring the student back in. Now, I would say we're using errors learning, so we're going to tell them first, but I would say, all right, the candy is under the trick-or-treater with the orange costume. Which trick-or-treater has an orange costume? All right, let's look. There it is, you got it. And there's no limit to different ways that you can describe this one. For example, who's a trick-or-treater who has a striped shirt, right? Here we go, striped shirt. He also is wearing a hat. I mean, she's kind of wearing a hat. He's wearing a black hat. He is wearing a belt. He's the only one with a belt. He's the only one with a sword. He's the only one with an eye patch. This guy is the one dressed as a monster. He's the one with green skin. He's the one who has a scar on his head. This girl is wearing an orange costume. This girl is carrying a candy cane. This girl is a girl. There's, so many. She has pigtails. Who is the trick-or-treater who has pigtails? So many different ways that you can describe these guys. Keep it fresh. And of course, you can add more and more and more to make it more challenging. All right, that's our floor game. We have a spooky recipe this month, spider crackers. And I like that you can customize this to what your student's willing to eat. Cream cheese or peanut butter, raisins or mini chocolate chips or candy eyes, different kinds of sticks perhaps for the spider legs, chocolate, whether or not they like it, So this is fun and so easy to make. I love this recipe. We also have an art project, leaf mosaics. So your student can learn to collect leaves. If you're lucky enough to live somewhere with beautiful leaves, you can get them from outside. Or here in California, we had to buy some, but they are plentiful. So your student can learn about collecting, sorting by size, shape, or color. And who doesn't like playing with mom's laminator? I know we enjoyed it at our house. So this is a fun activity for your students to make. We even have paper leaves if you don't have them where you live. All right, so that is our October monthly mini packet. For only $6, you can give all of these activities a try, and you have this. So there you have it. That is our October monthly mini packet, a great way to try out homeschooling, to freshen up your regular routine. If you're a clinic, you're working in a clinic, or you're a therapist, this is a great activity to do with your students or your patients, and it's only $6, guys. So for $6, head on over to the Autism Oasis and get your October monthly mini packet. Thanks for watching.